Welcome to Bachatting. Tonight, our special guest is DJ Willi.
How you doing? I like it.
Everybody knows this guy. Okay, he's here with us tonight, Bachatting. So, Willi, how long have you DJed for?
For bachata, for social, or just in general?
In general and for bachata.
Well, in general, I'm gonna say probably 15, 16 years.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
it's been a minute.
And for bachata, 8, 9, I guess. How long was Central Movement been around? 9-year anniversary.
Around
9?
10 years, I
Oh,
think.
10 years, yeah.
You've been there since the beginning.
Since the beginning, yeah.
Mm.
So,
Wow,
yeah, that's how long ago.
veteran.
Yeah, yeah.
So, is DJing something you would do in your next life?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Start earlier, but yeah.
Starting.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So, you know that without you, there would be no party.
Of course.
Yes, a DJ.
We're very important.
Super important. A DJ is like a captain who navigates the ship, you know, and creates the mood on the dance floor. How does it feel to be in the role of a captain?
Very controlling. Feels good.
Controlling.
Yeah.
You enjoy that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay.
I like it. I like what I do.
Nice.
Mhm.
What are some challenges that you have as a DJ hidden to the eyes of the dancers?
Challenges. I guess what song to put at what time during the night. You know, there's kind of rules to DJing, especially if you do like all night. You don't want to play all the big hits in the beginning. You know, you have a lot of good dancers that you recognize. You want to, you know, give them something that challenging for them. You know, good music for them because you know that's what they do. Not beginners. Sometimes I start off with something more, something they could like sing to or know or recognize. You know.
Okay.
And real good dancers, they like the challenge, so they like the remixes or they like the, you know, more musicality. They want to do the dips and all that. So they, you know. So, but I kind of got a grasp of it. It's not really, you know. That would be, I guess, a little bit challenging to me sometimes, especially at a big congress, a big event.
So by now you probably know all of the words by heart.
You know what?
Most of the songs.
I notice most of the dancers know more than I do on the music.
Oh.
You know, more of the words. I've noticed that. I'm like, wow, like, you know, yeah, I do, but there's so much more than just bachata for me. It's all kinds of music, so you know, I don't just focus on that. You know, like bachateros would just be like, they know all the words to most of the bachatas. You know,
Yeah.
same thing with salseros. You know, but I'm an open format, so. But yeah, I guess you could say, since I do at least once a week, and when I play the songs, you know, yeah, I guess you could say I know most of the words, but not as much as them.
So what's the #1 bachata song that's trending right now?
Right now, well, Pito Picasso's like on fire. The whole SB Polanco album is, I think you play every song off that album, and that's what's popping right now. That's like big, you know.
Can you call the top one that everybody goes crazy for?
So this song right here is actually more popping right now. This is probably the song for me of the summer. This is my invito on Sunset. So it's a girl. I'll get to the actually it gets right to it. Like it's very catchy. People love it. Everybody's doing demos to it. The ending, I love the ending because it's like all instrumental. You know.
Can we go straight to the ending?
Yeah. So this is like the.
I know the song.
Okay, yeah.
I
So this song.
recognize it, okay.
Yeah.
So it's new, right? It's something
Yes, new.
just-
Sounds really good. You hear the guitar, you know. I like it. En los pasillos.
This is what's trending right now, guys. Okay, go do your demos.
Yes, download it.
Dancers often complain about the selection of the songs they hear at socials, right? So, and from time to time, there are whole threads of discussions about music on social media. What do you personally think about this?
Yeah, I mean, it happens all the time. I always say you can't make everybody happy. You know, I've had people complain about me, you know, but sometimes I play some songs that nobody. When you have a lot of new dancers, they don't recognize the old songs, so they'll complain. But like somebody who's been in the scene for like 6, 7 years, or even 10 years, they remember the song. They're like, "Wow, that's a classic. That's a good song," you know. So as far as song selection, I try to go back and forth, you know, because there's so much bachata. There's so much bachata right now that you really, if you're a DJ, you really, you gotta organize your music in the right way. You know, like I have, you know, like top 25, top 50 now, remixes that are like top 10 remixes that I personally I think, and I've noticed the crowd actually you know like it. So you know I know where to go to in my computer. You know.
How often do you switch them up?
From remix to bachata to throwbacks, I probably
the top 50.
the top. Well, I try to stay on the top 50, but I always go back. I always do like a bit of remix or a throwback in there. You know, just to like, you know, just to get people like, oh wow, I remember that song. You know, it doesn't have to be, because some people are like, oh my god, you're playing other good songs. You know, so I don't like to do that all at once. Some people do that. You know, then by the end of the night, you're like out of all the good songs, so you gotta jump into your, you know, your throwback crates, and it's, you know, people are requesting, you know, new songs, but you already played it. You know, I don't like to play things twice, or even every week, like every 3 weeks. I really like, I color code my songs, so I don't like to repeat songs every time I play. Yeah, especially like in the Congress when it's like 3 or 4 days of DJing. You know.
Oh, okay. So you think it's not possible to satisfy people's
No, you
preference?
can't. You can't make everybody happy. I've noticed that. I don't take it personally. A lot of DJs do. I know a lot of people it bothers them, but I learned to not like it. Really doesn't really bother me.
What would you tell to the other DJs so that they don't take it personally?
You can't make everybody happy. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, you're gonna have people that are gonna love your music, and they're gonna say you had a, you know, oh my god, that's a great set. You're gonna have other people that are gonna be like, you know, oh, this guy, you know, he just played old music, or he played the same, you know, Aventura the whole night, you know. I mean, I wouldn't play Aventura the whole night, but but you know, some people play it safe that way. But I'll say, don't take it personally, you know. You know, you can't make everybody happy. That's it, honestly.
How do you read the crowd, really?
Reading the crowd? I don't know. I feel like I'm with them on the dance floor, you know.
Yeah.
Mentally, even though, like, I don't know. I feel like I kind of know. Here in New York, I kind of know what everybody likes, you know. I know.
And you know everybody.
Yeah. So personally, I know what they like because they talk to me, and then I always remember, oh, this person requested that. So if I see them on the dance floor, I'll play it for them, you know. So they'll look at me and give me a thumbs up or something, you know. Kind of make them happy, you know. But as far as reading the whole crowd, I just, you know, I go with the vibe. I mean, if everybody's into like a remixes or into like really sensual and all the dipping, you know, and all that, then I keep it there for a little bit, make them happy.
Right. And how do you know that? Because they talked to you previously?
No, just by looking at them.
By looking at them. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
and sometimes I'll put a song and I'll see a lot of like the females or the dancers just get up. Oh my God, that's my song. I could hear them, you know. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's the feedback.
And I'll keep it. I'll keep it at that level, you know. So that's my reading of the crowd. Yeah.
That's an interesting job, you know, like very
psychological.
too.
Sometimes you'll have them sitting down, not dancing, you know, 2 songs, 3 songs. I'm like, oh, these songs are good, you know. and then you play something that they like, and then they'll get up and so I'm like, oh, I got them, so. But like I said,
You make them.
Yeah, I'll make them dance. It bothers me when nobody's really dancing. So, yeah. But I'm not perfect. It's happened,
Yeah.
But I don't take it to the personally anymore.
What are some DJs' tricks to keep the audience, the people engaged all night?
Tricks. I don't know. I mean, the tricks will be in the music. Honestly, keep them engaged on the dance floor, mingling with each other, or just
Mingling, dancing. I guess. Well, your goal is for people to dance, right?
Yeah, that's my job.
That's your satisfaction.
Yeah, that's I mean, you could always, if you're good on a mic, I'm not a big mic kind of person.
That's one of the tricks.
Yeah, that'll be a trick,
Yeah.
I mean, that would help, but sometimes people don't like the mic either. They want to hear the song, They want to hear, music. They want, you play with the song a little bit, Nowadays you can play with the songs, take out the audio, take out the bass, and kind of like have people sing it along with it or something. That's another trick. That's worked, and some people like it, and some people don't. But it's different. It'll be different way of DJing.
Do you enjoy more playing traditional or modern bachata?
Honestly, I like traditional.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
That's how I started when I started DJing, was traditional. I feel like traditional bachata is where it's all began, and I know the words, most of the words, because they're mostly old songs. So, like now you got all these new artists that are only in a central world. They're not on the radio, and people didn't grow up with it. Like I grew up with all the traditional bachatas, They're a little more fast, than sensual bachata, and I like a little more fast bachata. Some people hate it, especially like dancers. Some don't, some do. But yeah, I feel more comfortable with traditional. I mean, I'm comfortable with sensual too. Everybody knows that, but
obviously, yeah.
But personally, I would do traditional.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Do you wish sometimes you'd rather be dancing than playing?
Nah, I like being behind the DJs right there.
Being the captain.
Yeah, I like being the captain. Yeah.
Interesting. So you have some. What is this? A dragon?
Oh yeah, it's a
dragon.
snake.
What is it? And then you have something in your ear too.
Oh yeah, the industrial bar.
What was that about?
Well,
Any symbolism?
Oh no, just stuff.
Ornaments.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I forget it's even there.
Here's the one for you.
Oh, all right. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Well, it's not from me,
Huh?
Right? It's not from me.
Okay.
It's from someone else.
Okay. For me?
For you.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of dancers could use this on the dance floor. You know that.
We all know that.
I get complaints all the time. When I DJ, I don't know if you've noticed, I always have Tic Tacs, gum,
Yeah.
like right there. And people always asking me, can I have one? I was like,
Oh.
it's for you guys, Because I get complaints from, some people, they complain and they forget their gum. They forget the Tic Tac,
They forget the
dancing
cologne.
for 4 or 5 hours, it's, you need some. Some people forget their water. I can't get water, but some people are like, oh my God, I'm so thirsty. Like, you're gonna be dancing for hours, so you should have brought water.
Right.
But yeah, this is definitely helpful for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Good to have.
Yes. Thank you for coming, Willi.
Yes, of course.